This happened 3 days ago and I'm still surprised. I was working one of the registers on a pretty steady day. Not busy but not slow as pond water either. While I rang up a few customers, I noticed two managers, the head cashiers, talking and looking both concerned and amused. When there weren't any customers waiting, I went to satisfy my curiosity when I noticed a cart stocked with lots of expensive power tools and batteries for said tools. My first thought was a customer forgot their wallet in their car and went to get it, happens more often than you think, or a customer went to grab something else before checking out. Welp, no such thing. According to the head cashier, HC, 20s female, who was watching self-checkout at the time, a male customer came up to scan those items. There was another customer doing the same while the HC watched, but she noticed something while the guy was scanning things. Now, every time something is scanned for purchase at any register, an image of it appears on the screen. The guy appeared to be scanning the power tools and batteries, but the head cashier noticed everything he had scanned on the screen didn't match the product he had. The screen showed several lines of the same small bit of PVC pipe, which was worth $1 and change, and this guy didn't have any PVC piping in his cart whatsoever. The HC noticed this and quickly gathered the courage to properly approach the customer as he was nearly done. She told him, very professionally, there was an issue because he was scanning as they didn't match the image on the screen. The customer feigned ignorance while the HC proceeded to scan one of the items he already scanned, and sure enough, the correct item appeared on the screen with the correct triple-digit price tag. She proceeded to remove what he scanned already and scanned every item correctly. Suddenly the customer is surprised and says he can't afford all that. The HC does the "Do you want to save some money by signing up for the company credit card?" bit, to which he declines and leaves empty-handed. Turns out the guy had a little barcode sticker on his finger for PVC and scanned it to make it seem like he was scanning the other items. If the HC hadn't paid proper attention, the dude would have walked out of the store with almost $1,000 worth of merchandise. Other managers were informed of the incident and the ASMs, assistant store managers, gave the HC props for handling the situation so well. We have some wayward youths working at our store who have a bad habit of neglecting their duties in favor of socializing with each other. This scenario should serve as a learning experience for them and future employees to be more vigilant. As messed up as the situation was, I was impressed at the thief's clever approach. I work in a store where we also sell sandwiches. This guy came in and asked me to make him one. Okay, no problem. There is someone else in the store who usually makes them, but she was busy, so I said I'd make it instead, which I can do with no problems. I then asked the customer if he wanted to pay before I made his order, since that's usually easier for both me and the customer. He responded saying that if making a sandwich is too hard for me to do, he'll just go get it somewhere else. I was stunned since I just said I would make it for him. Anyway, he left and I wish him good luck with trying to find another shop that sells sandwiches at this hour. Alright, so, I used to work at a gas station. I worked the overnight shift, and just know this: I'm 4 feet 11 inches. I'm tiny, and I'm working overnights by myself. This was back in November of 2020. Around 2 a.m., a man comes in with a mask on and his hood up. I looked up at him and he said, "Do you have any Marlboros?" I thought it was weird he asked that, because there's how many kinds behind me you can see. So I say back, "Yes, what kind?" He seemed taken back by my question for some reason. I thought he was maybe on drugs, because it happens. He then says, "Oh, Marlboro Reds." I turned around and grabbed the cigarettes off of the shelf behind me. Just as I was about to scan the cigarettes, the man suddenly came behind the register. He stood behind me with something pressing against right my side. "Give me your money, honey," he said to me. I felt so scared and froze for a moment. I opened my register, and while doing so I attempted to press the panic button about 5 times. The nearby police station is literally like 3 to 5 minutes away. "Are you trying to call the cops?" he asked me. In that moment, I didn't know if he actually saw me press the button or not, but it scared me even more. I didn't know if he would hurt me. I didn't know what he hid against my side. This man had the audacity to ask me, "Honey, is this all the money you have?" I was so dumbfounded by this question. Even if I had any more money I wouldn't tell you. It's the middle of the night. That was your first mistake, buddy. Suddenly he starts rushing me out of nowhere. I ended up giving him all the bills out of my register, which only came to 60 something. After he takes the money he runs off and I called the cops. Camera footage shows him dropping a knife. I was so terrified and in shock I didn't realize it fell. I just wanted him to get off of me and leave me alone. So I went on my lunch break, and after using the restroom passed a customer with a full cart cashing out at the self-checkout. I thought it was a bit weird she didn't choose any bags, but whatever. So went and grabbed a smoke and came back in. I was curious why she just tossed stuff in the cart and rushed out the door. She also left the cart on the sidewalk in way of incoming traffic. We have a weird parking lot, so I pulled the last order up on the SC and printed it. Yup. To my weird suspicion she only rang up like 5 small items totaling like $10 when she easily had about $60 worth of stuff in the cart. Told them the self-checkout was a bad idea. Due to health issues, I recently changed positions in my store. Long story. I am now a clerk at a small shop of the convenient kind, and I am really enjoying it. Today though, I had the most awesome day I've ever had while working. I was standing behind the register, waiting for customers to select their purchases, when a fun song came in the in-store radio. So I started dancing to it. Right then a lady came in. I will call her Awesome Lady. AL, you keep dancing, girl. ME, thanks, I will. Sometimes you gotta make your own fun at work. When she got to the register, we chatted a bit. I have a terrible memory, so this may not be exact. AL. It's so nice to see you smiling. It makes other people want to smile too. ME, the way I see it, there's enough pain and misery in the world without adding to it. I'd rather put some happy out there. AL, that's a great attitude. Smiles. ME, I love that necklace you're wearing. Is that mother of pearl? AL, no, they're coin pearls. ME, that's cool. They're so pretty. She paid for her purchase and left. I turned around to stock some items behind the counter. A few seconds later, I heard a small clatter behind me. When I turned around, I saw that she had put the necklace on the counter. AL, that's for you. ME, why died, are you sure? That's so kind. She nodded, smiled, and headed for the door. ME, hold it. I point at her, you need a hug. AL, still smiling, I probably do. With the necklace in my hand, I rushed around the counter and gave her a huge hug. ME, this is so amazing. You've just made my day. She left, and I immediately put the necklace on. It is now my happy necklace, and I get a little teary every time I touch it. That lady may never know just how much her gift means to me, but karma owes her big. Edit, wow, thanks for the hug. I work in an auto shop, and recently became a manager there. My boss had warned me that the higher you go in retail, it gets harder to deal with customers. I thought he was joking because I've pretty much had pretty chill and downright friendly customers for the majority of my time working there. But this one customer, goddamn, he actually made my blood boil. I'm not a violent or angry person by any means, but he was actually testing my patience. First he walks in the store, and shows me the product he needs on his phone. He had already visited the website, so he already knew what he was looking for. Alright, cool. This'll be a quick transaction. So I get the product for him, and go to my register. As I'm about to scan it, he hits me with this. Customer, I'd like to use this code. Shows me an online code on his phone. Me, stares at him. Are you planning to buy the product online? Customer, no, I want to use the code in here. Me, I can't use that code. You can only use it online. Customer, but it's your store. It's the same thing, it's your website. Me, I'm aware that the website and our store have the same name. But we have no control over whatever happens online. Customer, where's the manager? Me, giddy on the inside to finally use the quote, I am the manager. And I'm telling you, that this code is not going to work in the store. Customer, well, why can't you just honor it? Me, stares at him again. Honor what? There's nothing to honor, because this is an online code. and you are currently in the store. In-store purchases and online purchases are completely separate things. It's not going to work. Customer, I didn't see you type it in. Me, never taking my eyes off him, proceeds to type in the code, move the monitor so he can see it. I hit enter, and nothing happens. Customer. Well, something's wrong with your computers, because the other stores have done this for me. Me, almost losing my temper. There's no way our other stores have done this. The code is supposed to be used online, so if they were to type in the computer at the store, they would have gotten the same result as me. Nothing. Customer, makes a big huff and finally goes into his email to pull up a coupon that can be used in the store. I'll be calling corporate about this. Me, you do that. I relayed the entire interaction with this guy to my boss, and he laughed his ass off, and even his boss lost it when he told him. I'm all good now, but man, that customer was not listening to a word I said. Edit, feel like I should point this out. Even though I am a manager, I don't actually have power to price match, even though we don't do it, or adjust prices to satisfy the customer. I can't make exceptions for them. Only the boss can, and he wasn't scheduled on that day.